then we will seek legal action. We have everything on video, and then the baby can be born with lots of brain disorders. We packed up our stuff. I want my rent back from the 2 weeks that we have to be out of the place. Alright guys, welcome back to our channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a vlog. It's just going to be kind of a chill sit down video. As you can tell, we aren't in our house or in our old apartment or anything. We are actually at my mom's house right now, and we'll explain that in just a second. But we do have two dogs like right behind the camera, and at any second they will
move.
Basically, this video is to clear up a lot of what's going on, just to give you guys at the beginning what we're going to kind of go through. Is the last video you saw was taken on...
That would have been Monday because the exterminator came.
No, today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So Monday.
It was Monday.
Okay, so that video was taken Monday, and a lot of things have changed. We were very happy in that video, and we were pretty okay with our situation, and we said that we felt good about like the exterminator and everything. But now clearly we're not in our house, so we're going to be going over kind of what has happened in the next 2 days. We actually just got back from the meeting with our landlord property manager that we're going to go over, and then what this looks like for our family in the time being that we're not in our place. I'm going to try to make this as to the point and as short as possible because this is probably going to be a lot of information. I feel like I do need to make this video because a lot of people don't have all of the information as far as what we've gone through. Some people are telling us like, why can't you just leave? Some people are saying that we are just doing this for views. Some people are saying that we are just like dramatizing this whole thing, and I don't know. So we're gonna kind of give you guys way more in depth of as what's been going on these past couple of days. You guys have seen everything so far. As you saw, the first day we found out we had mice, and we've pretty much been daily vlogging since then, or giving you guys daily updates since then. And the reason why this process is so slow is because we have been daily filming, and this is what we know every single day. Like, it's been a slow process for us as well. So we're gonna kind of speed it up for you guys.
So once we left off that vlog that same day, actually me and Katie felt really good. In that video, like she mentioned before, we were super happy with, hey, they got somebody out there very fast, and like we thought that the solution was resolved. And then later that night we put Ella to sleep, and then I was actually going downstairs. I forgot what I was grabbing, but I turned on the light to our staircase, and to find a mouse hopping up our stairs, like right where our landing is, starting to come up the stairs. And I was getting ready for bed, so I was just in my underwear, so I didn't feel protected at all or safe, so I kind of like ran off, and I was like,
no, you're like,
in my mind,
oh my god, Katie, there's a mouse.
In my mind, I was thinking of kicking it, but I didn't have shoes on. So he was coming up the stairs and got scared, and then he scurried to the right hand side, right where our utilities closet is, or AC. It's an AC unit. That situation made everything so much more scary.
It changed a lot.
It changed a lot of things. And
we haven't vlogged since then. So that night, Ben and I just kind of looked at each other. We were like, well, what do we do now? Because it's upstairs, and we had been keeping Ella upstairs. We hadn't let her downstairs, and we had at the time felt comfortable sleeping there because there were no mice upstairs. So we brought Ella out of her bed into our room. We then decided to, after a few hours, we didn't really get any sleep. It was about 2 a.m. at this point, just kind of speeding things up. This video isn't absurdly long. We trapped the mouse in that room. Ben put up the gate and kind of trapped it in that closet, and then we put stuff under our door so if it did happen to get out, it couldn't come into our room. Yeah. So that's what we did that night, because it was so late at night that we didn't know what to do. My mom wasn't answering her phone, which I don't blame her. Like it was like 2 a.m.
2 o'clock, yeah.
We decided to sleep there, and at this point, like, this whole rat situation is like affecting our relationship, because we were arguing about what to do, and he was getting mad at me because I was comfortable sleeping. He's like, how are you sleeping? Like, I can't sleep. And I'm like, I'm so tired over these past couple of days of not sleeping that I'm just tired. And so at this point, it's not only affecting like our living situation, it's affecting our relationship and our family. The next morning we woke up, we didn't undo the storage closet. I forget what we did all day long.
It was yesterday.
We stayed home all day actually yesterday.
We did stay home all day.
We felt comfortable downstairs because we had traps everywhere, and there had been no mice that had been caught in those traps since Saturday.
2 days. Yeah, it was 2 days.
Or Sunday. So we felt comfortable taking up the traps and cleaning up the floors. The cleaning lady had not called us all day Monday when they said that she would, and then she didn't call us all day Tuesday. So Tuesday night we took up the traps and we cleaned the floor ourselves, as to what chemicals that we had to clean it up with, which was just our Swiffer. All of our conversations with our property manager, is what I'm going to call her, have been over email. Nothing has been over phone. So we have all of the records there. I'm saying this because we may have to take legal action with this. So that'll come up later. We'll explain that. But all of our emails, all of our conversations have been over email. So we have everything on track. And every time something new came up, we would always email her when it happened.
And this is one of those situations where I'm so thankful that we have Natalie, because she's so well versed. She's just very, very intelligent and knows how to put her words together.
Today's Wednesday, last night was Tuesday, and yesterday was the day that we spent all day at home. I was sitting on the couch. We were about to put Ella to bed, and I saw one of the mice run from under the fridge to under the stove. And I was like, Ben, oh my, no, it was from under the stove to under the fridge or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, Ben, one just ran. And he was like, this is when we had just taken up the traps. Mm-hmm. And we were like, oh my God, literally, of course this happens right when we take up the traps and right after we clean the floor. So I ended up seeing two running around that night. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, like this is just never ending. We decided to go buy a ton of traps, and if you saw my Instagram story, then you saw that Ben was placing traps literally everywhere. He bought 32 traps and laid every single one of them out, like surrounding our kitchen and around that little closet underneath the stairs that they seemed to be in too.
And then also while I was there, I bought like bait traps, poison bait traps. And I put them upstairs in the utilities closet, and I also put a few sticky traps in that closet itself.
Around that time where he was placing the traps and stuff like that, he actually went upstairs to open the storage closet to see if he could find that mouse that was in there, if he could find it dead. And when he opened it, he actually found an old trap, some old poison, and some old poop everywhere. So there was evidence there of a rodent problem previously before we moved in. And that changed our perspective a lot as well, that there had been rodents up there before we had even moved in that we weren't aware of. We put Ella to sleep, and we were like, we'll just put stuff under her door so that nothing can get in. While Ben was putting her to bed, I was like, none of us have looked up the risks of mice with pregnancy. Like, none of us have done that. So I was like, I'll just do it. So I looked it up, and literally the first article that I read says that if a pregnant woman, if the mice carry this certain disease, which there's multiple diseases, I was just reading about one, I didn't go on after this. If you clean up any of their poop or feces or around a cage, if you have a cage of mice, or if the disease is airborne and the woman is around it, you can get it and bring it into your bloodstream. And then the baby can be born with lots of brain disorders, including like mental retardation, lots of fluid on the brain, a bunch of other things that we wouldn't know until she's born. So then when Ben came back in the room after he put Ella to sleep, I was like, hey, I just read up on what could happen with just one disease that you can get from mice, that mice carry. And he was like, what is it? I was like, I don't think you want to know. So I told him that, and once I told him that, I called my mom.
I cried.
Yeah, Ben started crying too, and I just kind of told him what could happen. Also, if you guys know who KBandBaby is, or Ellen Graham, they told us actually their son Wolf, he got meningitis from what they think they had a mouse problem, and they think that he got it from the mice. And so we were like, oh great, so like Ella can catch diseases and I can catch diseases, and this baby can be really, really affected for life if that does happen. So at that point, we were done.
I pulled the trigger. I was like, you guys are not staying here. Like, I was like, I don't care if you guys need to go to a motel, but I wasn't comfortable with them staying there at all. Like, I don't care. I'll suck it up. I'll deal with the mice by myself, but I'm not comfortable with them staying there whatsoever. We
called my mom, told her everything. She's like, you guys are staying here tonight. So we packed up our stuff and we stayed here last night. This morning we decided that we were going to go and talk with our property manager, and we came up with 3 solutions as to what they can do to resolve this issue, because I love this townhome. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I love the location. I love the look of it. We've bought a ton of furniture that we've now had to delay deliveries on. Yep. It's not like a place where I'm really okay with saying, oh no, like I don't really love it, like I don't really care, let's just find another place to live. It's something that we fought for so hard. If you guys have followed along our journey of trying to find this place, you know how bad we wanted this place and how bad we
excited.
pushed to get it and how excited we were to get this
so
place.
Excited.
It's hard for me to be like, oh, I'm done. Like, let's just throw in the towel.
And this is one of those situations where there were so many different factors when it comes to the stress for you and being pregnant, us ordering all of our furniture. She ordered 4 different big furniture items that night, the night that we had a really good night, and then we further on had the mice run up the stairs. We bought couches that same day that were supposed to be delivered tomorrow that I actually had to call today and cancel the delivery essentially and say, hey, I'll call you when our house is safe.
Yeah.
So there was just so many factors, and then the fact that we're expecting a baby in 2 months. Like, we can't not have a place to stay. So there's just been so much that we've had to talk through and talk with Natalie and really figure out what we want to do.
What is the best option for us at this point? And the best option for us right now is to not be there while this is happening. We formulated a whole argument about everything that's been going on, and we basically had 3 options for these people to figure out. So we actually got back pretty recently. We told her, first of all, that we aren't living there anymore, that until this issue is resolved, we aren't going back. We have doctor's notes from both my doctor and Ella's doctor saying that it's not safe for us to be there, and if they needed that, we could give that to them.
And also, the reason that in our contract that we signed when we first signed the lease, we pulled that up and we were kind of researching it, but it says that if the home is inhabitable, then as long as it's not their fault, they have full rights of terminating their lease.
Yeah.
So we went in there trying to explain to them and show them and paint a picture for them to show them that there's absolutely no way that we could live there and absolutely no way that it's acceptable for Katie being pregnant.
Because they've emailed us several times like, it's okay for you to stay in the home.
Like, don't worry, like, it's okay for you to stay in the home. So
right. So one of the first things we said was just bringing up the disease factor, our doctor's notes, that we've confirmed with an attorney that it is not safe for us to be there. Her response at first was, well, there's a lady that works here that has 2 toddlers and she's pregnant and she lives with mice. And her doctors say that unless the toddlers eat the poop, then they should be fine. And I was like,
and this is...
what?
Yeah,
that is nasty.
And we were like, that's gross, first of all. And then Katie's mom sat there and said, so you guys want us to come back to you when Ella picks up a piece of mouse poop and puts it in her mouth and gets sick.
And catches the disease.
And then we have to go to the hospital.
She's like, so you want us to live there and then come back
and I was like...
a lawsuit?
I was like...
basically is what she said. Yeah. My mom was
on top of it.
Not happy about all of this.
No.
We told her that, and then that's how she responded. So at first I was like, oh crap. We are in for it right now. Like, we're about to have an argument. So then I asked her if there had been a previous issue with mice. I did not tell her that we had already found old mice traps, droppings. I just asked her, has there been an issue? And she said when the previous tenants moved in, they had an issue in the attic and they got that fixed, and within a week or 2 the mice were gone and it was never an issue again. So I was glad to hear her actually say that, because if she said, oh no, like, no, we've never had a problem with that, then we would have brought up that we found all of these mouse droppings, all of these poison and old traps. So I'm glad that she said that. We
were essentially just trying to feel if she was being truthful or not, because that is something that you can lie about, but we could just like, well, on the contrary, here's old mouse traps, here's old mouse poop, here's old mouse poison. Why'd you say you don't have a mouse problem? Because you clearly did.
Then after that, I told her, she's the lady who's been with us this entire time, and I told her, you know how many times we emailed you about this place, how bad we wanted this, and I want to work with you, and I want to be able to stay here without taking any other action. Like, I want to do what's fair for you and what's fair for us at this point. So we told her, this is our first step here. I'll let you guys know what we're going to do if this doesn't work out. I told her that we are not staying there until the mice are absolutely gone, 100%, until a professional comes out, inspects the place, and tells us that the mice are 100% gone. After that, I want a professional to clean the place. I don't want Marina to come in and clean the place, because this lady cleaned it before we moved in and it was not clean. So we don't want her. We want a professional. If there's somebody who works with rodent cleaning up, we want that person to clean it up. Because
there is certain procedures that we have looked up online that, like, say you have to clean up mouse poop and mouse urine and just
a certain way,
and if you don't, then the disease could become airborne.
Yeah.
Which is the last thing we want, because that is what can affect Katie and Ella just by walking around and being in that environment.
So that was number 2. Number 3 is I want my rent back from the 2 weeks that we have to be out of the place. We were gonna ask for money for trying to find a place to live, and all of the money that we've spent on mouse traps, which is probably adding up to almost $50. So that was what I asked for. That was my conditions. And obviously that's not up to her, it's up to the owner of the house. So she needs to go back and talk with the owner, and that's what we're waiting on. We should hear back today actually about what the owner has decided. If after that, if that is not, if they can't do that, I don't know what we're going to do if they don't give us our rent money back. But if the mouse problem does not get fixed within 2 weeks, our second option is to terminate the contract, and I want a refund of all of my rent and the security deposit that we put down, and that adds up to almost $4,000 right there. If that doesn't happen, if they don't agree to any of that, then we will seek legal action. We have everything on video. Yep. We have every single picture of every mouse, every dropping, everything that has happened to us. We have on either in pictures or on film, and we have a lot of grounds to be able to do that. I don't think that it will get to that point, but if it does, we will be seeking legal action against them. Now that you guys know what's going on, and we can't be in our place until November 4th technically, and probably beyond that because they need to clean it and inspect it if that's what they agree to what we're doing. In this time period, Ben and I still need to talk, but we basically have only one option. Right now, my brother and sister are living downstairs in the 2 biggest rooms in this place, and I am absolutely not going to tell them or let my mom make them move, because it's unfair to them to move out of their space so that we can stay in their space. So last night, Ben and I slept in separate rooms, which isn't that big of a deal. But as you guys know, we actually still have our old apartment until November 8th. I think what we're going to do is buy a blow-up mattress, move over all of our food, and I don't know what else we're going to move over, just the essentials for 2 weeks to live in, and we are going to be moving back into there until the place is habitable. Now, if the place never comes habitable, we have to be out of our apartment by November 8th. What does that mean then? We don't know. We don't know what that means. And that'll come at that time, but we may have to find another place to live, which is really, really unfortunate. I am not emotional about this.
Not yet.
I don't know why, but I feel like it's because this is going to work out. I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to work out. I really do have a feeling that it's going to work out.
And that's the thing, is like, we do not want it to get to that level. We just are asking for what I think is reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, we could 100% be asking for compensation for constantly be thinking about mice and scared for our health.
Right, like emotional. Like, that would be all in the legal stuff. 100%. We would be asking for a lot more. Mm-hmm. Like, the U-Haul charges, the furniture charges, emotional stress, like, all of that stuff. But if we don't have to go there, I don't really want to go there. So.
Exactly. So, hopefully this is just done with. Hopefully on November 4th, we don't see any mice. The inspection goes good. They come out and clean everything. Our house is perfectly fine. We don't have to run into this problem ever again.
For all of you guys who are tired of this mouse situation, some of you guys are living for this content right now. But there's a handful of you guys that are like, you guys are just so dramatic and you're just like dragging this out further. If you're following our journey, this is what's going on in our life right now. And you guys are probably going to hear more about it, because
it's what's happening.
It's what's happening right now.
We've killed 9 mice.
Yeah.
And it's just absurd.
Oh, I forgot to mention, we went back today and there was another mouse in one of the traps. Which I want to say really quickly that we fully understand that it will take up to 2 weeks for this problem to go away. We are just saying that we are not going to be there while this problem is being sorted out. We
understand that it does take some time, but in that time frame, there's still mice in the house. It's still not safe, so we're not going to be there.
So that's pretty much where we're at right now. We are waiting on an email back from this lady to see what the owners say about our argument. We did bring up the attorney word. So we never gave her those other 2 things that we would possibly do if this doesn't work out. That's just what we're going to bring up if this doesn't work out.
We did bring up we might terminate our lease. But we didn't bring up that we were going to take it legal because we don't want them to get prepared at all.
Our life is kind of crazy right now.
You think in these times you'd be like decorating for Halloween, getting ready for Christmas,
decorating the nursery,
getting ready for a new baby.
Like, we're worried if we're gonna have a place to live for this baby to live. Like, how crazy is that? We thought, I did this so far in advance so that we would for sure have a place to live when this baby came, and now we're like, will we have a place to live when this baby comes? I don't know why I'm okay, but I am. I'm totally okay.
I feel like I'm more emotional than her, but I feel like one of these days she's just gonna
it's all gonna come out one day. We will be still filming pretty much everything that's happening because this is what we do and you guys are part of our life. The Rocky, stop. So you guys will definitely know everything that is happening every single day pretty much.
Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram because Katie has been so active with doing lives.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of lives recently.
Anybody that has been on Katie's lives knows everything that's happened up until this morning.
Yeah.
So like they've known about the mouse running upstairs. They just you just guys get like we just keep
and
you guys
all the traps
updated.
laid out. I listed that, so yeah.
It just keeps you guys updated, and for those people that are really eager to figure out what happens, I
definitely post on there before I post on YouTube. So Ella's napping here. I don't know what our plan is for tonight, but tonight is Wednesday, so it is Survivor night. So we would be here anyway tonight. I don't know if we're sleeping here tonight, but
we are supposed to get snow.
Yeah, we are supposed to get snow. It's
about
like about to rain right now.
Yep.
But the next step is for us to like go buy some stuff for our old apartment because we obviously can't move all of our furniture again. So we're just gonna buy like a air mattress.
And we just have to be really careful on making sure that we're not bringing any mice
over there
back to the apartment because that's the last thing I want.
Yeah. I always say I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but I don't really want to say it because it's not really enjoyable right now.
No, not at all.
Definitely subscribe to our channel for all of this crazy content and a baby coming soon. I'm due in less than 8 weeks. Just subscribe to our channel, make sure to follow us on Instagram, and we will see you guys in our next video. Bye guys.
Bye.